Honest J. Nowak. Coming at you live. Alright. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And let me tell you, Season 2 is going to be jam-packed, with a whole bunch of possibilities. But for today, let's just go down to the base. Because today, let's get going on with number 769, Hypernovas. If you're already familiar with the concept of what supernovas are, then well, I guess you'll pretty much get to know what's happening here. But if not, then well, let's just talk a little bit about those real quickly. Supernovas are in fact the type of phase in which a star ends up collapsing and releases a large wave of radiation. And radiation of all sorts can certainly be devastating to one's health, especially when you're up too close to a certain area that is known to be contaminated with radiation of all sorts, especially at a certain level of Rankins, which are in fact the units used to describe how radioactive a certain area can be. But the thing is, supernovas are in fact dwarfed by hypernovas, and man, are they devastating by any means. It's so devastating that in fact, if a star were to go hypernova near the Earth itself, then Earth could be completely blown to smithereens. I'm not kidding here. Hypernovas are in fact extremely dangerous, volatile, and unbelievably destructive. Anything in their path that gets in their way, they basically just decimate it. Hypernovas are in fact extreme levels of gamma radiation. In contrast to what supernovas would normally leave behind, the kind of radiation from them is already a bit dangerous. Hypernovas are in fact extreme megaloads of destruction and devastation of all sorts of things that could have ever been unfolded. In our whole solar system, and probably even the rest of the entire universe, we honestly never expected such a huge thing like this to take place. But yet, just like with a lot of things out there that are already very dangerous in the entire universe, like black holes, and then of course, meteorites, hypernovas are just another one of those things that are out there in the far depths of the stars that are in fact capable of wiping out anything in their path. And of course, if you thought black holes, meteors, plus, well, sun's photon rays, otherwise known as solar flares, if you thought those were horrible, then well, imagine what would happen if the Earth were to get hit by the shock wave of gamma radiation from a gigantic hypernova that came from a nearby star. Well, a lot of people have actually put up good speculation that the entire Earth would in fact be completely blown, and there would be no more life left in this entire planet. But man, it does seem like it's a very rare occurrence. And even if a hypernova were to get close enough to Earth, well, I got a feeling that by the time something like that actually does happen, we have ways of basically getting around it. Like putting ourselves in a new effort of colonization towards other planets. Like Mars, or perhaps anything else. But we have a long way to go before we ever get to that point, and you never know, maybe something else might happen here. But the truth is that, well, anything of course could happen to this planet itself, and I'm more than willing to figure out exactly what could take place in the future. Whether it's tomorrow, or weeks from now, or decades from now. But I guess that's enough about that, because we got lots of other things that we need to worry about here. And, well, with that in mind, this notepad basically does have a lot of things out there that I could potentially talk about for quite a while. So I'm more than glad that I'm back here, up and rolling, and pretty much setting the pace out for what I could possibly put together for the channel. So, that's just it pretty much. But if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.